because I really wanted to start with a funny.
What about Ultimate Golfer?
Oh, there's no Ultimate Golfer.
I'm sorry, Ultimate Tennis Player.
Ultimate Tennis Player is cool, but he has like a really insanely deep voice.
That's the joke.
Which took me super off guard. It's like, oh, he killed people with a steel ball through headshots. Okay, anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later, but hello. Welcome to another episode of Here Comes a New Challenger, a fighting game podcast where we talk about fighting games, maybe. I'm Garrett, the normal person who talks and stuff, and I am joined by Austin.
That's me, howdy.
And then Troy.
How are you going to take both of them?
Aha, because I'm stronger than you.
Howdy is me.
You did it.
I'm sorry.
So the big topic today is going to be Dragonball Fighterz, because we did a tournament of it last Saturday, like 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about all of that, but beforehand, we're going to talk about some news, because a lot of stuff has happened within the past week that I think is kind of pertinent to talk about. But before that, Troy, do you want to talk about what we did?
A lot of homework, yeah. Tests and quizzes and school. And then finally, I got to play fighting games. This week, I got back into Killer Instinct, and I was just talking about it. I think everyone should be playing this more, because it's got rollback, crossplay, and it's really fun.
Man, I can't believe you're about to talk about Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
I did get that too, actually. Yeah. I have to actually figure out what team I want to run, but I did get that. But yeah, I've been getting back into Killer Instinct. I play Mira because she's like Carmine but cool and busted. And I've been watching a lot of top 8s from like Combo Breaker, which is kind of a godsend. There was this Agnos Mira match, and the whole time it's just like he's got a bat, and you know what they're gonna do, and just clobbing on each other.
It's just double Grim Reaper.
Yeah, it's just these two slow gorillas going at each other with their clubs.
As you do when you're a gorilla.
Fighting games are great.
Yeah, Killer Instinct is really, really good, and I really like it, but I haven't found like time to go off and be like, I should lab this game.
It's kind of like a hard game to lab too, because like how the combo system works. You kind of just like get a feel for your character, and then you just go at it, which I really like. So it's pretty easy to get into. It is really different from other fighting games, but I think like one of my favorite things about it is just like how busted every character is. Like in all these top 8s, there's never like more than one of the same character, except in that one match. And originally it was Riptor, and he just switched to Agnos for the Mirror match. But yeah, like every character is like so good and different that you can actually just play everyone, and it's fine.
Yeah, I can't think of any character that like I've heard that are like, oh, it's just bad, don't pick them, or like the quote unquote Blaze Blue problem, where it's like, why would you play that character? Just play this other character. It's that character, but better.
Yeah, like there's none of that. Like there's some similarities between characters. Like you got some zoners,
like
but they're also uniquely different. Yeah. Like even the zoners have like their own unique style of zoning, and same thing with like the Rushdown characters. And every character's like, I can't really compare them to another fighting game characters just because they're so unique and not so great.
I take that back. I've heard one character is bad, and that's just Omen.
Omen?
Yeah, it's
my character.
He's the blue dude, but whenever he does a fireball, it's random.
That's my character. That's why I want to play that character. Fucking.
I haven't heard he's. Yeah, that's fair.
But RNG fireballs are fair. Fun. Let me have this. Yeah, I need to get. I'm literally downloading KI as we speak because I was thinking about like I'd actually want to play this some more.
It's fun. You still have General Ram.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
I'll pick
you
him up.
have the best guest character, General Ram from Gears of War Remastered.
Hey man,
available now on Windows PC and Xbox One.
Hey man. You know, not the best guest character, but a strong one for sure. No one would have ever guessed a fucking Gears of War character was going to be in a fighting game.
The Arbiter Blaze Blue?
The Arbiter Blaze
But to
Blue.
be fair,
Yeah.
Arbiter's sick as fuck, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has
But he
like
ain't no
the sickest stage in that game.
Mhm.
but he ain't no Rash. He ain't
That
no
was
battle.
that was the guest characters. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Because like Arbiter's like, well, that makes sense. It's Halo. You're gonna have to put Halo in the game no matter what. Like even whenever DOA was like an Xbox exclusive for like one of their games, it's like, yeah, just put in a Spartan.
Yeah.
Just
But-
put in some random female Spartan, fuck it, and then like you fast forward 10 years later, and it's like, hey, let's add a Halo character who uses a sword. Arbiter, yeah, put him in whatever.
And these cameos are killing
And then
me.
you have these cameos are killing me.
Killing me. It's the best.
Did you ever see that video? Did James ever show you that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, the source filmmaker thing.
These cameos are killing me. No,
Such a good
man.
video.
That's one of the best reveals in a fighting game of like recent is the Rash. That Rash trailer's fucking hype, dude. Because I was like, season 2 had just ended. They were just starting season 3, I think. And I was following Max at the time, or I was still following Maximilian. Maximilian was attached to it, and he was doing pretty much all of season 2 coverage. And then they're like, new character coming to Killer Instinct, and then it's fucking Rash the Battletoad, and everyone's brains just kind of implode. Like, huh? And he looked cool, and he has like all these badass like giant cleat kick and fucking wrecking ball dash attack and ram horns, and these cameos are killing me. It's great.
He even does the funny bike ride with his
Yeah.
instinct.
Mm-hmm. The hardest
Game
video
for
game.
Battletoads. Available
Mhm.
now at your local GameStop.
Yeah. It is actually, Garrett, because of the re-release.
Yeah, because it's not the new game.
They stopped us. They ruined the meme. Those fuckers.
Yeah, now you actually call and they're like, oh yeah, we have it in stock right now for Xbox One.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, you can't just say Battletoad, and then they get mad and hang up. But yeah, that's KI is a very fun game. I have fun with it whenever I do play it, which is rare, but he's good.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be showing for it more in club. I think it'd be a lot easier to run for tournament too, especially because like you can always just get the Microsoft version, which is free. So you just like pay, I think $5 for whatever character you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that, and they also have like the league style of rotations, I think.
Yeah,
So maybe you get lucky, and the character you want to play is free, and you can be basic and just play Jaco because Jaco is free.
Hey, but Jago's cool though. I will admit, I got Killer Instinct when it first came out,
Mhm.
like week 1 when it only had 4 characters.
Dude,
I had
like,
Jago.
I
That
would
was fun.
think Jago is cool, but I fucking hate his instinct so much.
yeah,
So annoying. Like I hate
it's
the
really
idea of, like,
annoying.
here's these projectiles you can throw out really fast. What do they do? Okay, so we make it to where you get your health back. It's not like a lot, right? No, this is like Ragna 214 BC. This is just devoured by darkness, but via projectile.
Hey man, it's cool.
Like, it would be cool if it was like, it was minimal. If it wasn't like that bad. I was like, alright, this is alright. Get like maybe the chip damage got converted into health, but no, it's just like, yeah, you want to get all of your health back? Here you go.
Dude,
I know.
Endoyukin.
It's just KI, where every character is just real silly.
I think the only character that isn't stupid, like, in terms of that, is, like, Arbiter, and he's, like, legitimately honest in that game, except for, like, the plasma grenades, that's it.
Mm.
Because, like, his, like, oh, what does his instinct do? Oh, he gets his shield. Like, you mean the thing that you can also just spend a bar for to get?
Hey man, he turns invisible.
Everyone knows.
And it's like, alright.
Yeah.
The most coveted of abilities in a fighting game, the ability to turn invisible. The thing that every pro player loves and chooses and is top tier in every fighting game it's ever been in. Definitely not a mechanic that just gets swept under the rug that people don't actually use because it doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form.
Just wait, they're gonna reveal with the next Strive trailer that Chip's gonna have his invisibility back.
Nah, they're
That's
gonna
be
give
what
it
they
to
do. They're
fucking...
gonna be like, alright guys, we listen to the fans, and we know what you want. Everyone's like, so we're getting gameplay rebalances, we're getting the lobby fixed, or all this stuff that, no, they just added in Chip invisibility.
Hey,
I think Chimp Invisibility legitimately is like a good mix-up though. Like it enables for him specifically.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
but,
know-
like, you also have to know where you are.
yeah, you also have to do it,
Yeah.
and no one ever does it. Because why would you?
Yeah.
It's like that
Yeah,
with
but-
Arakune too, because he also has a cloaking move. Because why not? I guess.
No, that is busted. Arakone's cloak is busted. I stand by that. The amount of like mix that character already has, and you can't see where the bugs are coming from, and then you don't know where Arakune is, you're gonna get opened up. I've seen it too many times. No.
That's fine. Arakune is a different beast.
Yeah. He's built different.
Yeah. I mean, the big example is like Reptile, right? Mortal Kombat, who's
Yeah.
always had invisibility, but it's never been
Never
the
been
thing
good.
that makes him.
Yeah, that one's fair.
Because you're also in like a game that isn't high mix up, so it's like, oh man, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Or
You're
like
gonna-
also-
you're either going to walk towards me to grab me, do
Mm-hmm.
your single string that has a mix up on it, or arc jump towards me.
Or if you're any of the later Mortal Kombat games, he gets it, but it's not full invisibility until you spend a bar a meter, and then it's full invisibility. But then you've spent a bar a meter on invisibility, which you could have spent on anything else in
You
your
could've just
arsenal.
made your weird elasto ball better or whatever.
God, man,
Weird
Reptile.
snot ball.
Tangent. Reptile is one of those characters that I've always wanted to play because I love the concept and I love the design of Reptile. But every time I open up any game that has Reptile in it and I play him for 5 seconds, I go, I fucking hate playing this character. He is not fun to play. God damn it, why can't I play a Reptile man in any fighting game and just have a good time?
Easy, just play Shang Tsung.
Dude, I hate playing I hate playing everyone in MK11. No one in MK11 is fun to me. Like,
Yeah. I
MKX?
dropped that game pretty early.
yeah, MKX, I had like Jason, and I had Kunjin, and like I was kind of into Kung Lao, and I had Goro. Like I had characters. I was like, these are fun. But then like the game just evolved past me. I was like, I'm not really into Mortal Kombat as much as I want. And then 11, I was like, I'm going all in. This is a game I'm gonna be good at. And there's no character at launch that I was like into besides Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn sucked.
Yeah, bottom one.
And then like I was like, oh, maybe I'll wait till the DLC. I like Shang Tsung a lot. This will be fun. And he wasn't fun to play either. And then the ninja thing was not in the registered teams or whatever. The registered
Until,
loadouts.
the end of the second season, I think, is when they actually are like, hey, here's 3.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, that's great. I can maybe do that. And then I played him for a little bit. I was like, I don't like playing this character. I don't like playing any character in this game. And I just kind of cried for a little bit and was like, all right, well, guess I'm not into Mortal Kombat anymore.
At least there's Spawn.
Who also seemed fun, but wasn't.
He has his
Like-
cloak. And he got gun.
Wasn't Joker alright in that game though, like fun wise?
No.
I didn't play Joker.
No. Unfortunate.
If you have ever played Joker in Injustice 1 and 2 and said, man,
Yes, he's my main.
really wish he played like it felt like an MK character, then congrats. MK11 Joker's right up your alley.
That's unfortunate.
Man,
That's the only other character I would have cared
I
about.
played him and I'm like, he just feels like an MK character. There's nothing unique about him.
Dude, NetherRealm has yet to land how to make the Joker a fun fighting game character. They just can't get it. Like, they've tried multiple times.
They've tried
Like-
3 times so far. Within
Yeah,
like
and-
6 years. Like,
And
I think it's
MK
different
like-
in all of them too. Like Injustice 1 and Injustice 2 Joker are different, aren't they?
oh, they're extraordinarily different. Like
It's
they're
not like
different characters
Batman,
altogether.
Where it's like, oh yeah, he's literally the same character, but with like 2 new things. It's like, no, he's completely different. Fuck you.
Yeah, and he's not like different in like a good way. He's different in like a. I guess this is a new character. Like, and then Injustice 2, it's like he just doesn't have too much going for him that better characters have way more of.
Yeah, but he has
Like-
the funny though.
Wakey, no.
He has the laugh, and he has the voice, which the Richard Epcar doing the Joker.
And he has the worst default costume of any of the characters in that game. Why did they give him emo boy hair? I don't know.
Yeah,
His
that
squad was
was the
popular?
big turn off.
Yeah. Why is he not wearing a shirt? It's like, I don't know, Suicide Squad?
Because he's not real. Real Joker, because fake Joker don't need shirt.
I will say though, Injustice does like do the opposite, where like they make Harley Quinn way more fun in the second game than the first game. And as much as I like the Harley Quinn design in Injustice 1, I'll admit, Injustice 2 kind of nails it.
I need to get back into that game.
And with
Yeah, they're fun.
Parsec, an actual rollback netcode, anything's possible. Because that game actually does
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah? Alright.
Or at the very least, it's like rollback, right? Because after MKX is when they started doing rollback.
I
remember XLs, like whenever they super overhauled their matchmaking.
Sorry, I just looked up the Joker and Justice 2, and I'm disgusted. It's really bad. Like, I get what they're going for, but it just doesn't work. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, I think it has pretty decent netcode. I think Injustice 2 has some really good netcode, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think the problem that it has is just it has a lot of DLC, so it's hard to, like, play. You just gotta pay a lot of money to play the whole game. But I think it was on sale recently, so...
Yeah, it goes on sale a bit. I think it's going to go on sale again probably within the next month
Mm-hmm.
or two. Because we're getting closer to holiday sales. And then so would be KI for $10, because that's usually the price it goes on sale for.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's good, and $10 is a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Since I bought it, I think for like 20.
Hmm.
So I think I got it right when it came out for PC, so...
Yeah, I still just have the Microsoft version, so I will only like pay for the character I want to play.
That's the good way. See, that more fighting games should have that policy or that kind of setup. But
Yeah, because you still get to like lab against any character. Yeah.
But I would. There are a few fighting games that I buy for the whole roster. I typically buy for 2 characters, maybe.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think for Uni, I grab it. I just move around Hyde, Gordo, and Lundrakia, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is like, I don't really want to play you.
Yeah. And I only play Enkidu in Under Night. And if I had to pay like $8 just to play Enkidu, I would have just paid the $8 and just got Enkidu instead of spending the 30 or 40 I paid for Under Night. Like, it's a good model in not Justice. Killer Instinct knows, like, should have done much better than it actually did. I mean, I think it did pretty alright for what it was.
Right. It didn't do like gangbusters, but it wasn't like a colossal failure.
Yeah. It's a great way of like, hey, how do we get people to play this game without making people spending a lot of like, but also making people who want to like enjoy playing, like, how do we get people to buy our game without having to like, without making them feel like they're spending a lot of money, but also allow them to play any character they want? It's like, oh, just buy, you could just buy your character, base game, buy your character. Yeah. And you could buy like a bundle or something for X amount of money, or you could buy the whole game for more expensive, but whatever. And then, oh, you like your character, you can get gear for that character to make him look however you want. But it's not gameplay altering, unlike another fighting game that we were just talking about. Yeah, KI deserves more than where it's at.
But it's making a slow comeback because of the whole online only thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was at some point at least. So that's
yeah.
Good. Anything else, Mr. Probius?
Just to keep it short, I played RE7, or I started it. Very different from the other Resident Evil games, which I wasn't expecting. Like I had heard a little about it, but it's like they just wanted to make like a more horror game than an action game, and still,
how the game before that was RE6.
Yeah, I haven't played RE6. I don't really intend to because I hear too many bad things consistently about it. So I'll probably just like look up synopsis for the story.
You don't need to know anything about it.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that solves that.
There's like 7 is like a soft reboot basically.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was kind of hearing. But yeah, I really like it. It's spooky.
Yeah,
I have it installed. I just have not played it yet.
It also feels a bit harder, like right off the bat, than the other games, but I'm enjoying it.
Hell yeah! All right, what about you, Mr. Stin?
It's me. I'm Mr. Stin.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I played video games. I played some Power Rangers. I'm stuck on that grind. And then I took a little break once Roshi dropped. Played some fighters again. And we had the tournament, so it's like I'll brush up on this a little bit. I'm enjoying just going into training mode for fighters for an hour or two, just to like cleanse my brain of negative thoughts and just hit buttons and practice stuff. I've found that Roshi, I've tried at least 19 to 20 different types of combos that result in 9,998% of damage. Just enough to not like to get I can't get an OT. I can't OTK anybody. And I'm mad, and I haven't used sparking in any of those combos yet, so that'll change once I apply sparking. But I'm mad that I have to pop sparking to kill anybody in that game in one touch. Whatever. I played some Warzone because it's addicting. Again, Warzone's great. I haven't played much else. This weekend, over the weekend, after we got done with the Fighter tournament, we played some Marvel, but like not too much. But yeah, I haven't played too many video games. I've been having a really stressed, like busy week, and weekend. Well, not busy weekend. I just needed the day to like do nothing. I did play some Breath of the Wild. I have been playing Breath of the Wild in my like I don't want to do anything right now moods. Because Breath of the Wild doesn't feel like I'm playing a video game. It just feels like I'm like dreaming. Because I'm just like going off and being stupid and not having to think too hard about stuff. And if I have to think about something, it's because I want to. Like I had to fight a big monster, and I was like the lion centaur thing, Lionel.
Oh yeah, the Lionels.
Yeah, the Lionel Richies. And I am not very strong in that game yet, and I don't have a lot of equipment. But I ran into one, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to beat this guy, and that's my objective for the next hour. And it was a lot of like just practicing movements and getting it. Breath of the Wild's combat / gameplay kind of feels like a fighting game to me, where like you only beat battles if you can win fights if you're really prepared, like you have a shit ton of hearts and you have some really high-end gear and you eat all the elixir and stuff. Or if you have 5 hearts like I do and you have whatever equipment and you run into a big enemy, you just have to practice and just like have reactions and play your cards right and do like just learn and adapt, and you'll get good at you'll win the fight. And I was having fun with that. Yeah, that's it for me.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Garrett? What did you play?
Some stuff's been happening with me, but I'm gonna try to condense it because I was on a podcast a few days ago of KuroCast with my friend BlackJack and his boyfriend Nishi.
Yeah.
That is available now for Patreons of him for like $5. I think gets you the podcast early, and then it'll also just be on Spotify within the next week or two, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it's 4 hours, and we talk about our weeks and stuff. It's really neat, but I'm going to condense what I said there because we don't have 4 hours.
Yeah.
But I've been playing a lot of Rainbow Six recently again.
Oh,
I'm like, man, I like this game. And then whenever I get on, and then I see myself getting like chewed out and yelled at by teammates, and I'm like, now I know why I don't play this game.
Garrett, I need to look into Rainbow Six because I love Rainbow Six. It's it's a game that I played very little of, but I would love to get back into it. I just have no one to play it with. But if you're playing it again, I could be convinced.
Yeah, I'm playing it a lot recently. However, I did learn that you can disable text chat.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You can mute your teammates, so that's what I do every time around start.
There you go.
So you're about to people getting mad at me for dumb things. I'm like, I don't have to read this. I can just play game.
Yeah. Rainbow Six. Oh, wait. Hold on. It might be on sale. I don't think it is, but it might be. No, yeah, I hear the whole, like, the online interface / interactive community, yeah,
it sucks. It's really bad. Because, like, what happened is that, like, it was me versus one person left. It was 1v1 at that point. I'm like, alright, so I'm just waiting for him to come to me, so put down a claymore at the door. I'm just waiting right there. I'm like, he's just gonna walk into it and die. I can do this. He's getting patient. And then my teammates just started screaming at me. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? He's over there. And then, like, I panicked, ran over, and killed the guy. And he's like, man, both players are bad. They're both terrible. Even though I literally won us all 3 of those rounds that won us the game.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm bad. So that's why I was like, I don't like playing this game. And then I looked into the chat, like, this way I can disable this. I'm like, there totally is cool. So I just did that. So now I'm enjoying it again. There's a lot of characters.
Yeah.
But a lot of them do feel really fun with their little mini knick-knack abilities. I like doing Li
Yeah.
the Chinese man, because he drops down little tacks for you to step on and die. That's pretty cool. What else? But yeah, I did that. I also finished up Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which is just more Dishonored 2, basically. So if you like Dishonored 2, you're going to like that game. If you didn't care for Dishonored 2, then you're not going to like this one.
Yeah.
It takes place in Karnaka, which I do not like. It's a Greek coastal town, which doesn't look nearly as interesting as Dunwall. And, like, you get 3 abilities in that game instead of, like, the 5 or so that you get in the other ones.
Yeah.
It's just, you get a teleport, you get a thing that lets you see through walls, and then you get a thing that lets you turn into other people, which is the only new ability, which is really neat, but whatever. It was fine, I liked it. Finished that up. Played more Automata. Game is still really good.
I thought it got bad all of a sudden.
I did a really... I mean, the baby did die, but that's not important. There is a side quest I did, which is really fucking stupid, but it's really great. It was called, like, Stamp Collection or whatever. Where some robot's like, yo, do you want to collect stamps around the amusement park? If you do, you get a deluxe prize. And it's like, alright, I guess I'll do it. And you just look around, you talk to weird, like, laughing robots and angry robots. Like, you want to take it? Just fucking take the stamp, whatever. Leave me alone. And you get to a point where you have to watch a stage play made by the robots. And it's called Romeos and Juliets. And it's about, like, one Juliet being alive, killing Romeos 1 through 3.
Okay.
And then after she blows them up, she's like, all the Romeos have been slain. And then she blows up. And then it's literally filled to the brim with, and you just look around talking to the robots that watch, like, wow, this is amazing. This is so deep. It's like, alright.
I gotta love commentary.
3 Romeos and 3 Juliets, and now there are none. Oh, I think I get it. It's like, alright. It was really fun. It was very weird, but I'm happy that I ran into a really weird side quest that wasn't a collectathon, so cool.
Hell yeah.
I also started playing Wolfenstein again.
Ooh, Wolfenstein.
Order. Game's depressing.
Yeah.
Game's very, very depressing.
Yeah.
But
it's fun.
It's really fun. Like, it's so goddamn satisfying because of how, like, the feedback in the game works. How the guns sound, and the fact that you can dual wield massive auto shotguns and walk into a crowd of Nazis and just blow off their legs is really satisfying.
Man, it's so telling that game came out. Like, that game definitely came out right when Call of Duty World at War or World War II was coming out. Yeah. And World War II was like, or Call of Duty was like, we're not gonna have any Nazi symbolism, actually. No swastikas.
Yeah, we want to sell this game to Germany, and we need money. Yeah. And then they're like, yeah, fuck it, they're Nazis.
Yeah, and then, Wolfenstein's like, hey, you're killing Nazis. That's the whole point of the game. And then you, like, go in, and that's the whole game. You're like, oh, this feels great. I love this. And it's like, man, if only, like, it makes sense, you know?
Yeah, it's depressing, but it's great. There's also, like, you can tell that the soundtrack is also made by Mick Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
It has that Mick Gordon flair to it whenever you're beating people up.
It's a good time.
It's a very good time. I'm really digging what I'm doing so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really liking it, and I also picked up New Blood, so I'll do that one. No, Old Blood, not New Blood. Old Blood, so I'll do that one whenever I finish this, and then maybe do the controversial one eventually.
The controversial one is
New Colossus, yeah.
Why is New Colossus controversial?
It's because, like, apparently it's, like, mostly cinematics from what I've heard.
I didn't play it. Yeah, I didn't play it. So.
The tone is, like, all over the place when I've heard. It's like I've heard it's trying to be a Tarantino film, but doesn't understand how it makes those work.
That sucks.
I'll need to play that eventually. There's also the other one, Young Blood, which is like a co-op shooter, but I don't want to grind in a Wolfenstein game.
Yeah. I feel like Wolfenstein isn't quite my my forte. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed playing it. I think it just gets outshined by Doom for me. Because Doom is just way more fun to play. I think you hit the nail on the head though, Gary. You're like the satisfaction in the noise and the sound design of that game. Like how the guns sound, like very like feel that power. You're like, oh yeah, this is good. I'm enjoying this. And killing and blowing up Nazis and stuff is just like oddly cathartic. Maybe not oddly, but is cathartic. Because, you know, you heard it here first, kids. Fuck Nazis. They're evil. Nothing good to come from a Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And then the last thing, so we can move on, is that I started up Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony.
Yeah.
I want to play it to get to my robot boy.
Yeah,
Kibo.
Kibo? I
Yeah.
think that's how he pronounces it, because he's a robot boy created by a Japanese scientist who wanted him to be a human and stuff. He's like Mega Man, but he has white hair and he's cute. The only thing I don't like about him is that he's like, man, are you a robophobe? It's like, if you stop doing that, I'll probably like you a lot more.
Well,
it's just an annoying joke so far, but whatever. I'm like an hour in, so I'm sure it's going to change. I like him a lot. I like the dude named Rentaro. He is the mysterious ultimate, because you don't know what he is, but he looks smug. So, you know, it's pretty good.
mm-hmm.
The ultimate maid is really nice too. I like her design.
Yeah, I know, Garrett.
She's cute,
we know.
And so is the ultimate cosplayer. But I really like the designs of all the characters in this one. Because I know in 1 I loved almost all of them except for like 1 or 2. And then in 2 I thought the majority were okay. Like I'm like, I like that, kind of like it, but it's not my cup of tea. But this one is like, yeah, I like almost all of them again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you can tell they put a lot of like effort into this game, which they didn't, not that they did in the other ones, but it's very obvious. The sense of style changed drastically compared to 1 to 3.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy. You can tell the jump, and I don't know if that's just because of more dev time or it's because of, hey, we're no longer shackled to the Vita.
Mm-hmm.
Was V3 on Vita? I need to double check that real quick. I don't think it was.
I'm not gonna be able to give you an answer. I don't know.
I know it is right now, but
V3. What was it early on? If it was somehow on Vita as well, then that's kind of it was on Vita. Okay. But yeah, that game is this game is really good so far. It's very an hour in, so I don't have any strong opinions other than it's Danganronpa and I like it.
Danganronpa.
Yeah, that opening theme's really good. Anyway, so there's a few things we're gonna go over this one super fast. What happened today is that Microsoft now owns Bethesda after paying nearly $8 billion for them.
Which is
nearly triple the amount of that they spent for Mojang.
Which, I guess, worth it? Like,
I mean, technically, if they're not going to release them for other platforms, then you're going to get both Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
Yeah, which is huge. Like, and Doom.
And Doom, which are some of the best selling franchises recently.
Yeah, and Prey, and
Prey, which they're never gonna touch again. But you got Prey.
They have the money for it now, or like it could happen. And then there's the idea of New Vegas 2 being a thing, possibly being a thing now because they own Obsidian and fucking
they own both of them. They own both of the big Western RPG groups.
Yeah. Which,
I don't know how to feel about the acquisition because that one, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, corporation, what's it called, monopoly bad, and it's like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, this is neat, I guess, good for them.
Well, like this is like the big power play to keep Xbox relevant.
Yeah, and then
because
because they don't have a lot, but now they have a lot, and I think Phil Spencer said that exclusives are a case by case basis for Bethesda stuff. So that means I feel like other things might still come to PlayStation 5. It's just the big ones are probably going to stay on Xbox and Steam.
Yeah. Well, here's what they do now. You want to know how Sony wins this?
By buying, hold on, you think of a really dumb company that nobody knows. They buy... I can't...
Good one, Garrett. They buy Square Enix, and they make it fair. And they make it to where you want to play the Japanese RPGs? Get a PlayStation. You want to play the American RPGs, the Western RPGs? Get yourself an Xbox. And then it becomes the RPG war.
Yeah. And then you can be like, man, do you want to play all of the Kingdom Hearts games in one place? Get a PlayStation. Everyone's like, yeah, this is actually a really great idea. But then there's a clause within the contract for purchasing Square Enix that allows them to release Kingdom Hearts on whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So,
but only exclusively the 3DS.
The time of multiplayer games are over. Only RPGs now.
Yeah. Well, so like that. So like, you say that, Troy, but like, there's no like the first person shooter has just become the crossplay. Like, everything has to be crossplay on first person shooters now. Like, now that Call of Duty does it, like, there's no reason for them not to be like crossplay, and so like, there's no reason for those to be console exclusive anymore because they're not going to be like system sellers because. I can play with anybody from an Xbox now. My Xbox can play with anybody on PC, or like I can play with anybody on PlayStation. Like, there's no need. Like, fighting games and first-person shooters are not the big IPs anymore that are going to be system sellers. They're going to be RPGs and story-based games, which arguably were already kind of big system sellers. But like now, more than ever, with Bethesda being bought, like that's going to be how these consoles stay afloat / like keep consoles alive. Is like, hey, Last of Us 2 only on PlayStation 4. No one else is getting it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh fuck, I guess I have to get a PlayStation to play this, like, what's being called a well-regarded story game. Or like, hey, you want to play the new Elder Scrolls game because you're a big fan of Skyrim and every Elder Scrolls game? Better be buying an Xbox, kiddo. It'll come on Game Pass in like 2 months, but bam, it's on an Xbox early. They've really made it's a really strong play. And I think this is how things are going to pan out. If like big RPGs and story games are going to be what are going to be push consoles now. Everything else is just like fodder or like whatever. Like, they're not going to be like the main thing to dump money on.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of where I was already at. I didn't really care about any shooters. I mean, fighting games, but I'm excited to see what games come out on each.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it gives you more of a reason to spend over $1,000 on both.
Nope.
Thanks.
Nope. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet for one of them and just not be able to play games.
It also sucks that, like, speaking of, PlayStation 5 got its price of $500 or $400 if you don't like physical, which is kind of dumb, but whatever.
Yeah. It's fine with me. Like, I'm not gonna get physicals. I don't do that.
What sucks a lot is that, like, even if you're like, oh man, if I buy, I can get rid of my PS4, so I can buy a PS5 for what's it called? The backwards compatibility. No. Unless you have PS Plus, which is so stupid. Gotta love how, like, the entire time they had people, like, chomping at the bit of, you guys want to play this game right now? You guys want to play Spider-Man on PS5 with decreased load times? It's like, that sounds really cool, yeah. You have to have a PS Plus, though. And it's digital only. Can't use your PS4 copies.
Mm-hmm.
So there's literally no point in you keeping your PS4. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a slam. It's like with Nintendo, where it's a slam dunk.
Mm-hmm.
But they like slam dunked into the wrong hoop.
Yeah. It slam dunked in the opposite goal.
Because now, like, I don't have any, like, reason to jump into a PS5 immediately now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't want to have to do the PS Now Game Pass style of backwards compatibility. I'd rather just put in a disc. I'd rather just do that, so whatever, I'm gonna hold off. Even then, there's not a lot of, like, great things coming out for launch day, from what it seems like, because, like, there's, Devil May Cry Special Edition, which is cool that it's finally happening after, like, 2 years, but, like, I don't want to spend $40 on Virgil.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm just gonna buy Virgil on PC when he comes out for like $5 or whatever.
I don't think. I don't know if he's coming to
He is.
PC. He is?
He
Was
is,
that
but
confirmed?
none of the special edition stuff are, though.
Just Virgil,
So
though.
just Virgil. You do not get Legendary Dark Knight. You don't get Turbo Mode. You don't get the 120 frames per second. You don't get the ray tracing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get any of that stuff, but you get Virgil, which is really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why don't you just have an upgrade? Like, why? It's really silly. And I have no interest in getting a PS5 specifically to do that and to play that game when I'm just gonna buy Virgil.
Mm-hmm.
Because he looks cool, but I don't want to spend, like, $40 and technically $540 on him.
Yeah.
It's not a system seller. And sadly, neither is Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
Whoa. We don't know.
I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 16 looks pretty incredible. Did you see that
Yeah.
Demon Souls trailer, dude?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, as of
Demon
right now,
Souls-
I'm just not, like, engrossed enough to want to pick it up. And I'm like, yeah, the combat looks like it's going to be sick, but I'm like, I'm not super interested in the, hey, Type O, let's do Type O again, where it's, like, a darker Final Fantasy. I don't know,
I
I
kinda
don't
looks
like
cool.
the,
Yeah, same.
the mix that Final Fantasy normally has, where it knows when to be super serious, but it's like, here's a silly thing.
Yeah.
Kind of hoping to do something like that, but either way, like, I feel like it's going to be good no matter what, even if, like, it doesn't gel with me personally.
Yeah.
Just because
but-
you're having Yoshi P, who saved Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
You're having him work on Final Fantasy 16, and you also have a guy who worked on Devil May Cry 5 for battles.
Yeah, truth.
So,
But Garrett, did you see the Chocobo charge?
yeah, it's pretty neat.
Did you see them ride into battle on Chocobos?
Yeah,
Worth
did
the
you-
$70
did you ever
already.
watch, did you ever see that super? Did you ever see the intro cutscene to Type O?
No.
Where a dude is like covered in blood with his chocobo, and like he's slowly bleeding out while his chocobo's carrying him into battle, but then his chocobo gets like shot by like an army, and they go
I don't
over
like it.
and they start like stabbing the dude
Huh.
while the chocobo just kind of watches.
Gosh.
I don't like it. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Type O has like a super fucked up opening cutscene, and after that it's like, alright, it's back to being Final Fantasy, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But
Where,
Garrett.
Sid
go ahead,
gets
go
to
ahead.
be a Nazi commander in that game, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's very, very weird, so I'm very apprehensive about the writing for 16, but at the very least, I think it's going to be a good game. I just don't know how much I'm going to like it.
I'm.
And
Yeah,
Demon
I don't
Souls
think-
looks really cool, too. I wish it wasn't $70, though.
Hey, man. I don't care about any of the Souls games whatsoever.
Same.
But I saw that I saw that guy walk in the portal and immediately go into that game, and how great that game looked. I was like, you know what? Maybe this is for me. And I am not too hard or like not too like into visuals. Like visuals are never really like my huge selling point. But that sold me. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks amazing.
I'm just too skeptical about Souls games.
Yeah.
Like they always look really good, but I'm like, oh, it's still a Souls game. So
gameplay
I'll wait.
fucking hate me.
Yeah, and I know that one specifically was like
It
a lot
was
slower
really
paced.
rough. It was the first one.
Yeah.
Not
So
that
I'm
it was bad,
gonna
It was just really,
wait.
really rough.
hmm
Well,
But I mean, I'm sure they would have like fixed some of those things.
I'm sure they're fixing a lot of like the kinks. They're not going to keep all the really bad stuff in order to preserve
Yeah.
or whatever. They're just going to be like, hey, do you want to see something really stupid? Boom.
but guys, we're forgetting about the game that is really going to be the system seller. The
Sackboy?
the cream of the crop.
The which one?
Bug Snacks?
The cream of the crop. Bug snacks. We gotta talk about bug snacks.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
think
Yeah.
Bug Snacks is going to
I'll
be
play that.
like a decent, like a $60 thing like Sackboy? Or do you think they're going to make it $70 like Demon Souls?
No, it's gonna be $90.
It needs to be, man.
Dude, this is the knack of this generation. Dude, bug snacks. It's bug snacks.
Like, I know we're memeing about Bug Snacks looks pretty okay.
No, I'll definitely play it.
It gives me like I don't want to say Viva Pinata
It was
feeling.
inspired by Ape Escape, if that tells you anything.
Yeah. And it's the same guys who did Octodad,
Yeah.
which is one of my favorite concepts. Like, I'm excited for Bugsnax. It looks goofy, but it's definitely the meme game. Like, we needed the next generation of consoles to get Bugsnax. Like, I need teraflops to play Bugsnax.
But yeah, I think the price is fair for the PS5. I'm just gonna wait for it to go down in sale. Or if, like, my PS4 can somehow go to one of those, like, sales where it's like, get an extra $200 when you trade in type things, and I'll go for it, but as of right now, I'm fine with waiting.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's like, oh, I need to buy it now. I'm like, yeah, I can wait on Demon's Souls. I can wait on 16.
There's not one game, but I am very curious about Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah, it's coming out, like, very soon, right?
I don't know. I'm trying to find it on Steam. It's coming to Steam, but my problem is I don't want to have to update my I might have to update my PC to run it really well. But and it's only $40, which is great.
Yeah, that's really nice, and that's really nice on the dude, just because it's like, hey, this is like a weird side game that we're trying out. Let's make it cheaper.
And
which is also what they're doing with Miles Morales, because that is also an expansion type game, like Death of the Outsider. They're like, we're just gonna play it for cheaper. Because if that game was also $70, I would probably flip a table.
I want to get. So I'm stuck on Star Wars Squadrons, and I'm sorry about this, but I want to get this off my chest. I don't care. VR, not my thing. This game, I want to have VR to play this game. Like, Star Wars Squadrons looks like the VR experience I've been wanting, which is just, I want to fly a plane.
Did you do the mission, the X-Wing mission on the first Battlefront?
Yes.
I think that's basically what this game is going to be in VR. It's just going to be like a full version of that.
Good, because that's what I want. I just want to, like, dude, why is it so difficult for them to not just give me a, like, Star Wars game that's just flying a plane? That's all I want. Like, come on.
I think the last time they did one was Rogue Squadron.
It was. 100% was. And, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for Squadrons. I'll play the shit out of that game. Yeah. But I'll probably, I don't know, I might get it for PC if my PC can run it, which I think it can. And then I don't know.
And then
we'll see.
The best Y-Wing pilot NA.
It'll be like, yeah, best Y-Wing pilot in the South. It'll be great.
Whoa. Okay, so I think we talked about all of the important stuff. So you want to talk about Dragon Ball?
Oh, yes! I forgot we were talking about Dragon Ball.
Yeah, the game that is probably my least favorite Arc Sys game, but that is not necessarily a negative thing. Because whenever I say that, people always assume that I hate the game.
No.
But then I always have to be like, I don't hate it. I just don't like it as much as BlazBlue or Guilty Gear is the thing.
Yeah.
I love those games, like, to death.
I used to hate it. I don't anymore.
Yeah?
I'll get into that later, but yeah.
I adore this game. This is probably one of my... I was
hoping we would have Sean on here too, so we have two people who loved it and two people are like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. I can carry
this conversation because Sean misheard me and he was like, hey, I'm on a date right now. We're doing it at 10, right? I'm like, no, I said 7:30 or 8, please. And he's like, oh shit, sorry, my bad. I'm like, it's fine.
Sean going on dates in the middle of a pandemic?
It's probably like a Zoom date.
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect.
But I can carry the weight of me and Sean's love for this game. No problem. Because I have a lot. This is probably my favorite fighting game of this generation.
Yeah,
like,
I remember it, like, this game came out of nowhere, right? It was announced at Microsoft E3.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Like, right there. And I remember, like, before it came out, I think, like, the week of, there was, like, rumor, Arc System Works working on Dragon Ball game. Everyone's like, that'd be pretty cool if that happened.
Well, so I think everyone heard that and was like, oh, it's gonna be like another one of those, like, Budokai Tenkaichi or like any of the regular Dragon Ball fighting games that are like the Arena Fighters.
And then the reveal trailer came out. It's like it's just Marvel.
Yeah, everyone lost their brains. I remember watching that trailer and going like just screaming and just being like, "What the fuck?" And it looked amazing, and it has like really great visuals and a lot of fan service.
I would argue it's like the best looking Arc Sys game in terms of using that art style.
Yeah, it's pretty great, and it's
because like Grand Blue looks great too, but I think Dragon Ball just like does it a little bit better.
Yeah, well, like Dragon Ball is like the character models in Dragon Ball like are very very like expressive, but like just watching them stand still and like breathe and move like the little bit that they do, and like if you just have them do their walk animation stuff, like there's a lot to like the visuals of that game. I don't think it's the most gorgeous fighting game out there right now, but it's in the top 3.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn
top 3
pretty.
is just dominated by Arc Sys.
Yeah, well, I mean, the other 2 games are like fucking Guilty Gear, and like, I don't know, KOF 13 or something. Or maybe Grand Blue or like Skullgirl. Well, Skullgirl's pretty good. There's a lot of great fighting game visuals out there right now, but like Fighters, dude, when you land some of those level 3s, oof.
Yeah.
Those dramatic finishes, oof. Few things get me as hard as landing the Bardock cinematic on Frieza when he's gonna get blown up by Frieza and he says, "Fuck that!" He turns to Super Saiyan and he blows him up, and then he takes off his bandana and just holds it to the explosion, and it great.
Dude, it's like in the movie Dragon Ball Z, Legendary, the Bardock Side Story Super.
There's parts in that games where the game just looks better than the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks better than most of Super.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm saying, like, even the, like, new Broly movie.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that Broly, like, windscreen. Like,
yeah.
That was Super Broly. Like, holy shit. That looks
Super
awesome.
Broly just pulls a fucking, what's it called? A Black Manta.
Yeah. Oh, man, he does.
Just every time he goes into his level 3, I'm like, this is the character.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fighters is quite the visual spectacle when it comes to like things you like, just the visuals of that game, and then like every move in that game or everything that the characters do is like a manga panel reference or a reference from the show.
Yeah, my favorite one is probably like the auto combo ender for Trunks.
Oh yeah,
is whenever he kills Android like 11 or whatever.
Yeah, the slash.
Yeah,
that's yeah.
And Android's like, that wasn't nothing. I didn't feel anything. They just blow up or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has that. I wish it wasn't a auto combo ender. I wish it was like a move, like a hit grab or something. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, we can get into mechanics in a second. Like, but I would like to talk about mechanics too. Actually, the mechanics of this game is weird, but in a fun way. I don't know.
Mixed with the mechanics in the game.
Yeah.
I think there's some stuff that's really nice, but then there's also things I'm like, why is this a thing? Like,
yeah.
The mechanics are okay for me. It's everything else about the game. It's like, oh, there's so many moments where I'm like, oh, you just do that. You just threw that out. Okay, then.
Like, I would say the game definitely needed some time in the oven, or like once it came out, it needed some like, hey, we need just the people to play, and let's figure out what's the broken shit. Cause like double supers in the corner, Goku stuff, and like some crazy like instant overheads. The whole concept of fuzzy guarding, where half the cast was almost unplayable because you could dash, like if you dash and hit a button, it was an overhead. And so you could like catch people off with that a lot. So like if you're a big character, like if you were playing Broly or Android 16, they could jump heavy, you would block, and then they could go for low, and then you would have to like immediately block high and then go into low, and that was just, you have to react so fast to that. Yeah. And it was like, well, that's not fun. or like the auto combo thing, where like
Yeah, I'm not a fan
some
of
really
how the game is, like, built around them, because games can do it
Yeah.
well. I think Tag does it a lot better. I feel like Tag does it better.
Yeah,
'Cause
kind
it's
of.
like, here's all this, like, they're all unique moves attached to those auto combos, but, like,
Yeah.
with your light and medium auto combos in this game, it's literally just, hey, here is 3 moves ending with a super for the medium one. It's like, oh, that's,
Yeah.
okay, you can just do that whenever. And then your
Mhm.
light auto combo is literally just light, medium, heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like, alright, cool.
Well, most characters that are light auto combo is like a special move, like it's the trunk slash, it's the Android 16 toss, it's the some characters it's just like kind of a different light heavy, but the heavy button just looks different. But I agree. I think BB Tag does do it a little bit better. I think the main detractor with like the auto combo structure is like medium. The universal combo in that game is crouching medium, jump cancel, light, heavy, launch, dash, light, heavy, or light, jump, light, and that leaves a hard knockdown, and then you can do super or whatever. Or light, medium, heavy, knockdown. It's more or less that for every character. So every character has like the same general like combo that you can do. And then the only characters that don't have that are like, I don't know.
Like Frieza, Zamasu, and like a few others.
Yeah, Frieza doesn't have exactly that. Roshi doesn't really have that, but he can still kind of do it. Fidel kind of can do it. Most characters can do it. And the main detractor and thing that's different between characters is, hey, if you're jumping to H, a knock up or a knock to the side, and can you jump cancel your jumping to H? And if you can do that, you just extend it a little bit more. And that was everyone's bread and butter when the game started. But then, everyone's gotten actual combo strings figured out and can do crazy shit now. The game, however, has a really fun combo structure, and you can do some crazy, cool, fun stuff with it. And I enjoy how like learning combos in that game. And some characters have some really great variety and some great like setups and different tools. And other characters are Goku. And they're just got like Goku Super Saiyan, which is just like
And Goku.
Yeah, okay.
And also Goku.
Yeah. Well, Blue Goku and Base Goku are actually kind of sick.
Okay.
But like Goku Super Saiyan, I don't care to play. I think so. Yeah, like the gameplay in this is I would argue kind of fun, and like you can really learn some cool combo structure with a lot of these characters. And when you get to understanding your tools, there's some stuff here. There are characters who get left on the wayside. Goku Black has been bad for like
touched in years.
Yeah. And they just like, he's good, I guess. And then on the flip side, Kid Buu has been strong since the beginning of the game and continues to be a strong top tier character. And no one is picking, like, they're not touching him or messing with him at all. And then some characters get nerfed into the dirt, never to be picked up again, like Android 16, who was strong when the game first came out. That was my boy. When they were like, hey, Android 16's coming, I was like, oh, they have all my characters now. I got Android 16, I got Adult Gohan, and I'll play Vegeta, sure. And that was a team, and that was a good team. And then they nerfed Android 16 into the dirt and made me never want to play the game again.
But he's aight now? Yeah?
Yeah.
He's okay? Okay.
So the thing so Android 16, I'm going to give the full history for podcast sake, is, so game came out. So you know how Broly exists now? Like Z Broly, where he has armor on everything and he's like a big gorilla?
Yeah, Yang Waldstein.
Yeah, put all of that on Android 16, but put all that on his heavy, which is the shoulder tackle. You could, on like the beginning of the game, hit heavy, and if the person did a Kamehameha, you're going through it to shoulder tackle him. Or like it would beat a lot of things. And the thing was like, it was admittedly kind of broken. It could have been used some nerfs, but it had armor initially. So like to make the, like, give him something to do. I think it was not low invincible. So if you did like a down medium or like you had a low 2L, you could beat it. But I don't remember. It's been forever since that was a thing. But that was strong. But also he used to build like average meter, if not above average meter, doing his like dunk combos and like combo it, like doing your combo into dunk, assist, pick up, do a combo into dunk, into assist, pick up, into a grab, the like knockdown. You'd build decent meter. Now, the moment you land a grab, like you land any of your grabs, your meter gain gets like stinted a good bit, and like you can't build a lot of meter with that character anymore. And I think his damage got a little nerfed, like in the beginning of the game too. He just got beaten up. Like they were like, we don't want this character to be strong because he was a strong character. They have given him more options and stuff now, and they've given him a fun combo path, which is like landing the 2H and then doing the OTG. But he's still like whatever. He like needs assist because he has no good neutral, but he also needs like he can't be a solo character because he needs the assist due to extend. He can't be the last character on your team. He's not an anchor. He has to be like a mid or like a front character, but he doesn't build meter, so he can't be a battery. So like he just doesn't fit on team comps. And he doesn't have like a great assist. Like he doesn't have like Vegeta's rapid fire thing. He doesn't have a beam. He doesn't have like an anti-air. He doesn't have a DP. He just has like a lockdown that only works if you're on their ass. Like it's an extension to pressure. Or now he has the forehand shoots. The double hands that become 2 more hands on the ground extension assist, which is looking to be promising, but I haven't messed with it too much. I like this character a lot, though. Android 16 is one of my favorite fighting game characters of all time. And I love playing that character and having him on my team, but he just is... It's grueling to make him work. Or it used to be really grueling to make him work back in the last 2 seasons of the game when he was nerfed and not doing well.
Yeah, that's what I love about Goku Black. Just like...
Oh, yeah.
really, really strong and solid in the beginning. He wasn't busted, it was just good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, and then like he got changed a little bit. It's like, oh, whatever, that doesn't really change much. And then they stopped.
Yeah,
just stopped touching him wholesale, and it's like, all right, he's fine, I guess.
Well, what really happened?
Power creep happened, as fighting games tend to have when there's multiple seasons, and so like even when he stopped being buffed or whatever, or changed because he was good, it's like, yeah, but like now there's just like. Even characters that at first weren't good, like Krillin or like
Nappa
are now just kind of like eclipsing, and it's like, all right, cool.
See, you 100% hit the nail on the head, which was like every other character, like stuff got discovered for them, or like people were finding new and more tech, and like, oh, you can do this character, or like you can like work with this guy, their assist, or like whatever. But Goku Black just had everything found out, and then that was it.
Yep.
And it was like, oh, well, I guess I don't want to play with you anymore. And God, like, Goku Black was a character I was also like kind of interested in playing because he has like the teleport mix up, and like the Zamasu assist, and the dive kick. Like, it's a cool character. Just
he has level 3.
Yeah. 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 So it's Divine Fury, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's Divine Fury!
When you get hit like a ping pong ball, he's like,
yeah.
Get a hole in one.
Mm-hmm. The level 3s in that game are really, really good. Like, they're consistently good level 3s in that game. Very few duds. I would argue like the Nappa one is like maybe the only dud.
That's where he screams at you, right?
Yeah, this is how I say hello.
And even the ones that used to be duds, like Captain Ginyu, got that fixed by getting another level 3.
Oh yeah, and it's sick.
And it's just doubles level 3 from Skullgirls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ginyu Force. Every single Ginyu Force hitting you, and then they do like a Sentai pose at the end.
Yeah. Great. Man, yeah, I think this game is again one of my favorites and everything, but like definitely early on the game felt like there were 5 good characters and 2 good shells.
Yeah,
and it was like, if you're not playing those, what are you doing? And then it kind of got better with DLC.
it being a nightmare to play online because granted, it's a Dragon Ball game, so you're gonna run into 90% people who rage quit.
Yeah.
Because it's a Dragon Ball game. And then like you also just have the internet connection being complete ass, even if you have a good connection, because it'll just drop you from the match you're playing. It's like, oh god, now they think I threw the match or whatever. So it'll just kick you. Because I remember I tried playing constantly online like at the beginning, but I just kept getting kicked. Even though it wasn't because I left intentionally. It's like, you got disconnected. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's been fixed a little bit. It's still not good.
Really. Yeah. Playing that game is not the best.
Really bad, and your best way of playing it is probably just parsecing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pain in the ass to set up, but like
yeah, it's like it's been too soon. That was so annoying. I finally got it. I figured it out, but it's still really annoying.
Yeah. It's upsetting too, because like when the online of the game works, it's like, oh, this game's fun to play. Or like playing the game offline, like the game's fun, but like, God, that online can be such a pain in the neck, and also like Parsec was a big pain in the ass when you're trying to get to work. But once it works, man, it feels good. That game's a fun game to play. I will say it's oppressive. If you don't know how to play pretty solid defense in the game, you can get fucking mixed and washed in that game.
Yeah, steamrolling is totally possible in it.
It's encouraged even. One of the best players in the game, his sole good like talent is blocking. Is revered for being able to just block where other people don't. And like there are a ton of high end players in Dragon Ball Fighterz who have there's like 2 Piccolo guys who do a lot of mixed stuff, and like people who've been playing like Kid Buu and Gogeta, Gotenks and Cell, and all like people who are specialists for like all this time and do all these crazy insane combos, and they all lose to the guy who can just block. Yeah.
The strongest move for any fighting game player, the ability to block.
Yeah. Which like Dragon Ball Fighterz rewards good defense and reacting to people well, because like, hey, what's the main approach option? Super dash. What can you do to super dash? 2H. And if you're willing to like, if you're able to read your opponent and know that they're super dashing at you, you 2H, free combo, big damage. You could probably kill them off of that. Maybe not always, but you can potentially kill them off of that. Or like, oh, my opponent's gonna do this setup. Oh, I can reflect and then punish. Like, defense, like being good at defense that game is great. There's not a lot of defensive options because there's not a lot of there's no push guard.
Yeah,
there's reflect.
There's technically a push block, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, the reflect, or if you're Videl, the dodge. It's an interesting mechanic for sure. I like reflect, but also I can't use reflect most of the time because I'm scared. Because on whiff, you're getting fucked. On landing, you have to know what you're doing. You have to it's almost like a parry in Street Fighter, but like imagine if you parried somebody and then they went back to mid screen. And so like you have to then dash and hopefully you have to know your response thing. And some characters you can reflect and they're still positive / can still punish you or can keep going after a reflect. There's some characters who can do a full combo while being reflected. It's like, oh, this is scary.
Nice game, very cool.
Yeah. I hound on it, but it's fun. I enjoy reflect stuff sometimes.
There's one thing that I wish the game was better at, and that's just the music. Because when the music slaps, it slaps, but it rarely does, because it's normally just really boring.
Yeah.
Because you have maybe 2, because like whenever you pick a stage, it's not, hey, here is a character theme from the 6 characters, like BB Tag does, I think, is what they do. They pick one of the 4 characters. or there's two characters that do like a versus theme if it's like Dragon and Jin or whatever. But you're not gonna get that with Fighterz. It's just here is the stage theme, and like 99% of the stage themes are bad except for West City.
Yeah, West City's pretty good.
And something I just don't never notice in that game, really.
Yeah, and then the character themes are also not great. I think most of them are just dull, because a lot of it is just grandiose, like orchestra. Like Cell's theme, I'm like, this is alright, I guess. I would have preferred it if they did it kind of like Bruce Faulkner's, like give it like a menacing aura to it, you know?
Yeah.
But no, it's just, here's Cell, or the trumpets, and it's like, this is fine, I guess. And I don't think I liked a single, like, I liked Hit's theme, but that's just because it was so bizarre. It's just random jazz. It's good. And it definitely, like, stands out, but it's very weird. But then I'm like, this is all okay. But then Vegito comes out, and he has the most Guilty Gear sounding song ever.
Then Cooler came out.
Yeah,
it was
where
more
Vegito
Guilty
and
Gear.
Cooler have like the best themes in the game because they're just Arxis sounding music, which this game should have just had.
Yeah,
It should have just had Arxis music. Like I get you're not gonna get like Daisuke to do it because he was working on Strive at the time, but like get somebody who knows how to make good tunes. Get the people who did Vegito and Cooler's theme and just have them do the whole soundtrack. Because Vegito's theme is so good. I love it.
Yeah.
But then you have like all the other character themes are like, this is fine, I guess.
Yeah.
This is all right.
Yeah. I think the best way to summarize it is I remember when the game first came out and I was like really into the game, and I went to a D&D night, and I was like, oh, hey Austin, play some of that Fighterz music. Like, didn't you say that was a really good one? Like, oh yeah, and I played the Android 16 track, because I really like that one, and I played the hit one, the freak on my friend, like, oh, this is Fighterz, and then I kind of let the playlist like run in the background, and I couldn't tell you after like 2 songs, like, who is this? And it's like, wow, this is Piccolo's theme.
Yeah, that's why
like
the themes don't fit the character.
Not very well. Like in a vague sense, like kinda, but not really.
Yeah, they do not.
Now I will say the anime music pack is worth the money, because when you get Shao La, or you get We Got Power, or when you get like most any.
Did they add Toku Sentai yet?
I think they only added the instrument. Here, I'll look it up. I don't think they did. Because I know they have the Ginyu Force, like the Ginyu Force approaches music.
They have like the really. Yeah, this is fine. This fits the 80s, 90s aesthetic of the old Dragon Ball Z anime. That's kind of it. I don't know if they added Toku Sentai. If they didn't, then that's a crime. Because I want to hear Ginyu singing about how he's really cool.
Yeah. I think the hard part, I think that one doesn't... Wait, it is. Oh, it's Ginyu Force theme. Hold on.
I don't think that's
no.
Toku Sentai.
It's not it.
Toku Sentai, Toku Sentai.
No, it's just...
Toku Sentai. Did you listen to the English version of that song? That played in Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Yeah, it's bad.
It's fucking awful. It's just them saying, Ginyu Force rules, Ginyu Force
Ginyu
rules.
Force rules. It is real bad.
It's so fucking awful. Oh. Yeah, music is just fine in the game, and I really wish it was better, but...
It's just, at the end of the day, not the big appeal to the game.
Yeah.
Definitely not its focus.
I will say, though, like, when it slaps, that Cooler theme, dude.
Yeah.
That Cooler theme's dope.
And I think that's also the same thing with, what's it called? I think Grand Blue does that a little bit better with their, like, non-Blaze Blue Guilty Gear music stuff, where it's like, here's all this music.
Yeah.
But also, it already had really good music and to begin with, because it already had good music for a gacha game for some reason. Like Platinum Sky, and they're adding Paradise Lust with the next update.
Yeah.
So, like, that's just what they're doing. I'm okay with that.
I will say, hold on. I just was reminded of this one, and I'm going to send it to you, Garrett. I'm sending you on Discord right now. Okay. Hold on. This one is a banger, though. Vidal's theme is a banger. Once you get to like the 13-second mark. It's pretty great. I'm a fan of it myself. I'm gonna let Garrett just listen to it for a second because I'm curious what he's gonna say. He might hate it, actually.
It reminds me of like a Budokai theme.
Yeah, it's very classic Dragon Ball sounding.
It's very laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of like GA's theme a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think that might just be because it's what's it called? Because they're both like athletic girls with tomboyish attitudes or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. I will say, again, to finish off this music conversation, the fact that none of them have cool names, they're just like Piccolo theme.
Yeah.
Videl, like they're not
like Holy Orders, be just or be dead.
Yeah. Like, you know how cool it would have been if it was like Piccolo's thing was like the Demon Guardian of Earth or something like that, or like Krillin's was like the Bald Master or something, like just stupid whatever things that they could just come up with. Yeah. Like the last of the Crane School for like Tien's theme. That'd be dope.
Like the Scholar for Goans.
Yeah. It would have been cooler, but whatever. They just got Cooler's got a great theme. That's all that matters.
Because Cooler's fucking sick as hell.
Let's talk about the DLC, okay? I will like when when Fighterz started getting DLC, right? Who was the first DLC character? Was it Bardock?
It was Bardock, yeah. Bardock and Broly were the first two.
Yeah. So when like I remember the game came out and I was like, oh, this game's great, and everyone was having a great time. It's like, okay, it was the blue characters. The blue characters were like, oh, you had to pre-order to get them early or whatever. Yeah. Like Goku Blue and Vegeta Blue. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. Bardock and Broly get announced. It's like, all right, now we've gotten the staple characters. Like these, like Bardock's fucking awesome. Broly's awesome. And I remember picking up Bardock and being like, this is the best character in the game. And everyone's like, oh, sure, whatever. And then like, he was the best character in the game for a long time. But the characters were awesome. And then you had Zamasu and Vegito. And then I remember playing Vegito and being like, oh, Vegito's so fucking fun. He definitely was the best character in the game, but he was awesome. And he had some fucking sick combos. And then you have, you know, the base Goku, base Vegeta, which people were like, why? They were fun. Cooler and 17 might have been the best DLC pack ever to drop in the game. Just because Android 17 is crazy and like wacky. And then Cooler's fucking awesome.
He now has Fastball.
Yeah, which he should have had to begin with. But, you know, whatever, team. They trying their best.
Yeah, then you also have Cooler, which, like, he ends his light auto combo by just pointing at you and you explode.
Oh, it's the best. His dive kick, his EX dive kick, his EX uppercut, where he knees you, slams you down, and then the camera falls as you hit the ground, and he comes down to nowhere like, you're dead! It's best. I love Cooler. Cooler's one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters, like, aesthetically.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because, like, there's no Cooler character. Let's be honest, everybody. Cooler's whole thing is, I'm big buff Frieza. That's it.
I'm cooler than Frieza. He's a punk.
Yeah.
Not me.
And like every time Cooler's in a game, for some reason, they give him the sickest shit. Like Xenoverse, he's the only character who, like, when you do the auto combo, his ends in him like dive kicking you into the dirt, and wherever you are on the screen, you're going to the ground. And it's hype. And he has Supernova, which is kind of way better than fucking Death Ball.
Especially since it's a fucking, it used to be a fucking Hakumen Super.
Yeah. The fucking counter super. It's great. Like,
now it's a
I love
grab and a counter.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like all the DLC in this game has been game altering, if not like every DLC character has either been game altering and like, oh wow, this is crazy, like this character's so busted, or like, wait, you can do this in this game? Like,
OP.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then Janemba and Gogeta happened, or it's like, oh, this is fine, I guess.
Yeah. Well, no. it was Videl and Jiren, where Videl was like, dodge? Huh? And then Jiren was whatever. People were like, oh, parries? Who cares? Then GT Goku and Janemba came out. And GT Goku ran that game for like 4 months. And Janemba was like, who cares? It's Janemba, I guess.
He was a good part of Fusion Reborn, I guess. I
yeah.
don't know.
And then you had Gogeta.
Like, Broly characters.
Yeah.
And
Gogeta was
like,
fine.
Broly. Like, this is really cool. And then Gogeta happened, where literally everything is minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited for Janemba and Gogeta, and then everyone was just like, they're okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, alright.
They are sick as fuck. Dude, go watch some Janemba combos. Sick as fuck.
Yeah.
But man, Broly Super might just be like one of the best like every checkbox is checked off on like fun to play, like great visuals, like pretty stellar like uniqueness in the cast. Like his 2H is a command grab, like an air grab that has a really short range, so you can't just like do it. You have to like do it in a combo. You can just do it. If you read them teching up, you can catch people in techs with it, which is awesome. His grabs are the best. Like his heavy grab where he just fucking slams you on the ground a couple of times and he jumps on you and beats you like a gorilla. Oh. And yeah. And then you had Kefla. Kefla was...
I slept.
Yeah.
I slept.
I did too. But then you had Ultra Instinct Goku, who is fucking awesome to look at and watch do stuff.
I'm just watching him literally skip through neutral. Like this man. I was like, I expected nothing else to do. Like just how I expected him to play. I'm just like, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sick though.
He's so fucking cool to watch.
And now you have Mr. Oshi,
who is a fun technical character that the game has been lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he also has a really cool super that's what's it called?
Tag Out. The Evil Containment Wave.
Yeah, the jar.
Mafuba. The Mafuba, yeah.
Get in the jar.
Yeah, get in the jar. Yeah, this game's great. This game's a lot of fun. I like this game a lot. I can definitely see how other people would not have fun playing this game because it's very oppressive in the mid. Once you get to like competency level is when the game becomes really oppressive. And once you get to high level, it's just like you're playing a top 5 team or you're dead. But not this patch has been proving that it's not quite that anymore, but it's still very oppressive and like I can
Anime Marvel.
Yeah, Anime Marvel.
It's literally just Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it used to be, but then the update happened to give characters more assists, so it's not just like timing your assists right. You can just do BB tag assists and just have them connect on OTG.
Oh yeah. Well, so I'm happy. I'm so like
yeah, I'm really happy the game added assists because like if they didn't, this game I feel would probably be not dead, but just be like the team composition would be dead because it's like, oh, you have to have a beam character, so you have to use one of these 5 characters, and most of them are kind of bad except for like 3 of them. It's like you gotta use these.
Yeah,
that was stuff. But then they are like, here's all this. Everyone has assists now, so like some characters now have beams. Krillin now has a beam, so now you can use Krillin.
Yeah.
Or like, and if you don't want to give the character a beam because you think that beam is bad or whatever, you cannot give it to them. You want to give Vegito not a stupid shuriken move that's not very good, you can give him fucking Holy Sword or whatever, Divine, whatever the sword's called.
Spirit Sword.
Spirit Sword, and you can just continue a combo with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like, I remember when people, there was some speculation in the community that like adding assist will ruin the meta, or like will not change the meta that much, but like let's be honest, Bardock, Lariat, best assist in the game, or like one of the best assists in the game. People played that had him character on their team because he was a good character, but that assist was just godlike. Goku Beam, godlike. Like assists in that game
Goku
were so good.
Godlike. So you either had Bardock and Cell, or Bardock and Vegeta, or Bardock and Goku, and then like the character you wanted to play.
Yeah, or like Kid Boo's gumball thing, which was like get a hard knockdown, throw the gumball. They have to block that shit. Mm-hmm. And then it made other characters who had really bad assists, like fucking Krillin, who had Rock. And like no one was gonna pick Krillin on their team because Krillin's Rock assist was terrible. Or like what's his face? Nappa's assist wasn't well revered or well liked because it was really short range and it didn't do much on hit or on block compared to like a beam assist. Or like Tien had a beam, but it was a beam that hit once and knocked you up, so it was not well revered.
Then he just fucked off.
Yeah. So like having only one assist made certain characters just like, I wouldn't say unviable, but like you didn't want to have them on your team.
Yeah, but Ginyu.
Yeah, like Ginyu's a strong jersey. I forgot it was called that.
Like, but I think now you can get like Crusher Ball as an assist. I think.
Yeah, or you can get just Ginyu call out, where you just call the Ginyu Force members to do stuff. Just fine. So initially I was thinking they were only going to give you like one more assist, but having 3 assists is great. Yeah, it makes it like Marvel, but also the C assist option where it's like, hey, every C assist in the game will connect off of most combos and will give you a hard knockdown. And it's like, that's great for like new players or like people who just want that on their team. But it's a longer cooldown. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You get the longer cooldown. Also, if those whiff, you can really punish those assists. But I like C assists in this game. I don't like playing against them half the time because some of them are really, really, really good and lead to even more oppressive, like, oh, I got hit. Well, I'm down 55 to 60%. Hard knockdown. Okay. I got a block. I didn't block. Well, my character's dead. But C assist, I think, is a viable, fun way, and it gives like Krillin gets a beam assist now, and he gets fucking what do you call it? Solar Flare as an assist, which is not bad. It's okay.
Yeah, now you can actually pick characters that you want to play. And not be like, man, I have to put Goku on my team because I need a good assist.
Yeah, I need a beam. Like that was the thing that was brought up. I don't
need Goku now. Now I can play Trunks and do Masenko.
Yeah, which is great to have. And like you get to play Trunks, or like you get to play like Android 18s with the barrier, right? And the barrier was good on certain team comps. People learned to use the barrier. I think the better example is 17. 17 had barrier, and his barrier wasn't that good, and like didn't help really. But now he has Power Blitz, and he has a C assist, so it's like, hey, you can get something out of that. Him being an assist character. Cooler has a whatever. Yeah, well, he has his he has the knee, but then now he has the genocide upper where he can go through beams and like, oh, I'm winning neutral now uppercut thing, which is great to have on your team sometimes. And then he has his C assist, which is his beam. So you're like, hey, I have 3 good assists for a character I enjoy playing. It's good.
Very nice. How would you guys feel? I remember one of our friends, Matthew, brought it up, but how would you feel if the game made it to where it was like BB Tag, where you had all 3 assists, like whenever?
I don't know. I think I
no, because I think I.
No, I feel like that'd be there's already so much.
There's already so much bullshit happening in the
screen. Game. Yeah, there's already so much covering the screen. I'm fine.
The game's already kind of hard to read when you're playing. Not when you're watching, but when you're playing, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on.
Yeah, but, I agree with this.
Adding more to that, I don't think would be a great idea, especially since that would just dilute BB Tag and Dragon Ball's identity both.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
If you want to play Marvel, you play Dragon Ball, or you play Marvel, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to play like a tag fighter that isn't Marvel, then you play BB Tag. Or you play BB Tag, or you play Power Rangers because of how their assists work.
Yeah.
So it gives you a different flavor. It's not just like, here's your vanilla. Do you want chocolate sauce or chocolate sauce? But one's made with cane sugar, the one's made with corn syrup.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want chocolate syrup or do you want caramel? And they're both made with like pure cane sugar. Sorry,
I was listening to Bug Snacks. I got distracted. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. I think it's good that having 1 assist in these games per character and not having like the availability of 3. Because you do have 2 assists as opposed to like, so in BB Tag you only have 1 character that does assist, and they have 3 assists. For this game, you'll have 2 characters that each have 1, and that's part of your meta and your team building. In Fighters is like, which now it is like, which assist you're gonna be picking and who's gonna be at what spot. It's a different game, and I wouldn't want like the ability for my opponent to have Bardock's, both of Bardock's really good assists available at any time they want. It would just make me want to blow my head off. Because, dude, Lariat's strong, but then give him that like where he teleports in front of you and then does the punch. Yeah. Like, I'm never gonna be able to not be blocking. Like, I'm gonna have to block for 2 hours before I get to even touch a button, and I don't feel like doing that. Yeah, I'm glad they added assist in the game. Good God, am I happy that they added assist to this game? Because if they didn't, we would have been like,
still we would stuck in Goku hell.
Yeah, and like, man, when the game was stale for a little bit. Like, it was definitely stale for a decent bit. Like, I would say end of season 1, beginning of season 2. Just because, like, the top tiers were the top tiers, and the game was just like, oh, this is what the game is now, I guess. And everyone was like, well, Evo, here, the best example is Evo that year, whenever it was 2 people in grand finals playing the exact same team.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, yep, this is the game. And, you know, whatever. But, you know, people stuck with it. And now it's gotten better. It's definitely, like, you know, developed a meta, or better meta, and has some really great DLC, and the game has really been, like, revived and, like, functional now. I like it. I'm having a good time. And it's getting better.
So, Troy, you talked about earlier how you used to hate it and now you don't.
Yeah, so I understand the game a bit more. The neutral is still something that I don't like. I understand the neutral. It's just something that I'm definitely not used to. It's like we've already talked about. It's like a lot closer to Marvel. I was never huge on Marvel. I kind of like how Skullgirls and BB Tag kind of plays. Maybe not BB Tag so much anymore because it's like very quickly becoming Marvel as well. But it's not as flailing and neutral as I remember it to be, and maybe that's just because how the patch changed things. But there's actually like intended movement is a huge thing in that game. That's like a lot harder to get down.
Mm-hmm.
So I can appreciate the game for that. Overall, the game's like still not really up my alley with like how the combo system works. But I do like how every movement, like you have to have movement with purpose, basically, or else you're just gonna get blown up and lose.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I have like a bit more appreciation for the game. I do like the characters. I think the game's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It would be something I would definitely like play more casually, but I don't know if I'd be able to get into it seriously enough to like actually not get blown up by anyone that actually plays the game.
It's definitely a game that you have to like. I wouldn't say you have to commit, but you have to if you want to get to that once you get to competent / mid-level of that game, the game bumps up a level of like it needs that like more effort applied into, because like there's a point where people are throwing strings at you and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and you're gonna just die. Which sucks, but just the way the game works, you know.
Yeah, no, I definitely do think like it requires a lot more commitment than people give it credit to, because they think, oh, auto combos, game easy. It's like, in a sense, it's easy, but not like, no, it is difficult. Not getting put in those situations though. Like that's where the game really becomes more complex.
Yeah. It's the neutral in that game can be difficult for
sure. I think that's like what I had to like. I understand it now, but that's kind of like something that I did not grasp for a while.
Mm-hmm. It's good though. When you get some good games of fighters, oh man, it's worth every second.
Yeah, I think that's like kind of what I was learning too, just watching the tournament this past weekend. Seeing like, you know, especially really Chuck play that game.
When he's not memeing, that game is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's high level. I love watching high level Dragonball Fighterz, or even like whenever I'll watch the NLBC, which is the New York tournament run by Spooky, or like the Bums tournament. Yeah, they're fun and like
SoulCal distancing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some high level play in that game can be a lot of fun to watch, and I enjoy watching people figure stuff out and do better.
Dragon Ball is a perfect example of like how like a lot of people are not necessarily dumbing down fighting games, but they're just making them easier to read.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that they kind of become a little more boring to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And Street Fighter V is a perfect example of that. Of like, man, you know exactly what everybody's doing, what everyone's trying to do, but it's just not that fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's like, fine. It's like, if you need something to put on in the background, this is fine enough. It's good. But then you have like, and then I think Strive also kind of has that in some issues, in some things. Where I'm like, this is fine, I guess.
We'll see. I think Strive can be like, is looking pretty silly once we get
like whenever people actually are able to play that game and learn it, it's gonna change. But like, that's like, this is fine, I guess. And then like you have like Marvel and Dragon Ball where things are flying left and right, but you're like, I don't know 100% what's going on right now. And I think Tag also, where it's like, I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where like fighting games need to either strike a balance or just, I think, go for make it fun to watch. Like legibility isn't gonna equal fun.
Yeah.
Sure, it sounds really good on paper for stockholders and for like people who want to get into esports or whatever, but if you just want to watch some cool shit happen, then you're gonna want to watch a fighting game.
Yeah. And Fighterz does have some cool visual stuff going on, and it can be a really fun game, but like again, when it was bad, it was bad. It was not fun to watch. And yeah, I agree. I think we're getting closer and closer to the accessibility of fighting games being good enough for games to be just shallow enough for people to enjoy playing, but just deep enough to actually enjoy watching and like having a meta evolve from. Yeah, I think Fighterz is a step in the right direction, but it does have some like missteps or some like haven't nailed the formula yet. Yeah. Well, what's the? Okay, wait, Troy.
Yeah.
What was your team again?
Oh, I play top tier.
You play Adult Gohan. Adult Gohan's not top tier anymore.
Well, Adult Gohan, Kid Buu, and then Gogeta.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So you play pretty good top and
yeah. Well, Gogeta for a while had some like really long setup combos that did big damage on his own, but I don't remember, and no one has been playing him lately.
Yeah, when I first picked up the game, I knew I wanted to play Gohan because he's just cool. And then Kid Buu, I was bad at fighting games back then. I didn't care about like tier list. So I didn't know. I just got shit on every time. But I just wanted to play Kid Buu because I was like, yeah, this character's an asshole. I love him. What a piece of shit.
I hate Kid Buu.
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
Kid Buu, but I understand why people play him. Fun character.
Yeah. And then I just never found a third, so I think like that's kind of why I just dropped the game. And then Gogeta got announced. I was like, this character.
Yeah. I feel that. Like, I spent a long time having like this is one of the fighting games that like I enjoy going around that roster. It took me a long time to like nail a team, and then when I did, it'd be like, I'll play this team, and then I would go online and play a couple rounds. Like, I hate playing this team actually in neutral, and I would change the team up more and more. And like, I've really explored this roster. I think the only characters I haven't touched are like Trunks, Majin Buu, Kid Buu, and Krillin. haven't touched much of Krillin. I don't like Krillin's idea.
Krillihan?
Nah, I don't like Krillihan. But like I've made a couple teams in this game of like variety of characters. Like I've tried really hard to play Cell and enjoy playing Cell because I think he's awesome, but I just can't figure out a team that I like with him on it. I've done Android 16, Nappa, Cooler, and that was my team for a long time because that team had some cool stuff going on. I might play the team again now that we have like 16 buffs, but I don't know. Yeah, game's fun. I like developing team comps in that game. I'm really liking Roshi, so like Roshi's right now on my team as like an experiment, but I don't know, man. Game's fun. That's all I gotta say, man. The game is just fun. Like, I sit in training mode. I will sit in training mode in that game for hours and be like, I had a great time. Haven't played the game online in like 2 weeks, but I'll be like, I'm in training mode for like 2 hours a day. It's just relaxing.
Hell yeah. I think for like my team, it's like mostly, it's consistently Goku Black and what's it called? Goku Black and Vegito.
Yeah, Team Sword.
Yeah, because they're cool.
They are super mad dope. You have a fun team.
Especially since like Special has a because his special is just this fucking sword in the air and you just stab him and flip him up. You're like, nope, get up there.
Oh yeah, it's dope. And we do like you do corner combos in that and you chuck them. Oh, it's fucking badass.
That's really cool. And then I always swap the third. Usually it's between like Trunks, Cooler. I think I tried Cell once.
Mm-hmm. Cell's so cool, but he's hard.
Yeah, I think I learned how to do a little bit of the loop thing, and then I stopped. I'm like, all right, that's good enough.
Yeah, you have a good team, Garrett. You have a fun team for sure. I feel bad that you like Goku Black because Goku Black's not very good. But like, I feel like if you learn the character, you can have some fun with them for sure.
Taste Divine Fury.
Taste Divine Fury.
Talk about a paragraph about how I'm naming myself Goku Rose, Super Saiyan Rose, or whatever.
It's great. It's a good time. Well, yeah, I don't have too much more to say. Dramatic finish is awesome, but when you get dramatic finishes / dramatic intros, those can be fun.
They're just way too long is the only issue.
Nah.
I feel like the Gohan and Cell takes forever.
That one is a little long. I'll say that one's a little longer. But like, man, I will say, I love any of the ones with Bardock are great. I love the family Kamehameha. That one's great. There's the
Goku Frieza one makes me laugh. That's just because Krillin dies at the beginning. I think it's really funny.
Goku!
He's just like, Goku! And he just blows up.
Yeah. I'm mad!
Every time we would play that, and that thing played, I would always start laughing.
It's really funny.
Because it's never not going to be funny, just seeing Krillin explode.
What are the other? There's the Yamcha and Tien one. Or not Yamcha, the Yamcha and Nappa one.
And you can get the opposite one where you get Nappa doing the pose.
Yeah, which is great. That's a good time. Well, hold on. I'm looking up the dramatic finishes.
I know the bases have one.
Yeah, the base Gokus have the classic, like,
beam struggle.
The beam struggle, yeah. There's the Bardock one's great. Where Bardock goes Super Saiyan and he beats up Frieza, that's my favorite one, probably for sure. Takes the bandit off while Frieza's blowing up. He's like, I did it, guys. And then there's the one where he gets annihilated and he's like, oh, my son's gonna beat him up. That one's okay. There's the beam struggle from the base Goku, base Vegeta. There's Frieza getting the spirit bomb, which is kind of cool. There's
also the one that it's almost cool, but they can't really do much with it because it's a T14 game, and also Cyber Frieza is in the game.
Oh yeah, that one's great. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The Trunks one?
Yeah.
That's a good one, Garrett. Ooh.
Trunks has one good moment in the entire series before he just gets jobbed for the rest of the run.
Yeah. There is the Goku punching Broly to death one. Which is it's Goku and Broly's dramatic finish.
Yeah, that's the one I always remembered.
Yeah. That one's amazing. He grinds his fist on Broly's fucking biceps. Awesome. And then he punches him and he explodes.
Yeah.
The Cell one's okay. I like it, but it's really long. Family Kamehameha is pretty great.
You get to be mad.
Dude, defend the planet. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite characters too. And I have to like do that.
I don't like it when people talk.
Mm-hmm.
What is this power?
Fight. There is Gogeta, where he turns into Gogeta versus Janemba, where he hits Janemba away, goes from Super Saiyan Blue to normal to Super Saiyan to then do Stardust Breaker on him. Which is kind of cool. Stardust Breaker, a pretty solid name for a move. And it just looks cool. There's the best one, which is the not the best one, but one of the best ones, which is the Zamasu versus Trunks one. Or no, Zamasu versus Vegito, where he's doing his big monologue, and it's all these weird camera angles, and then Vegeta goes, "Shut up!" and he punches him across the face. That one's great. There is the Trunks one where Trunks kills Zamasu with the Spirit Sword. That one's pretty dope. There's UI Goku doing the Kamehameha Surf on Kefla, Style and Honor. And then there's the Tournament of Power, Goku and Frieza team up one. That one's pretty good. I think that's all. Oh, there's Gogeta versus Broly, but that one's whatever. It's pretty cool, but whatever. It's the movie. But yeah, dramatic finish is cool. We need more fighting games that have dramatic finishes or dramatic intros. Like Blaze Blue has it, and it's amazing. But yeah, I'm a fan of dramatic, like, character interactions happening. They're fun.
Yeah, I really wish more games did the Blaze Blue thing of like, here's the characters and they're gonna fight before they fight.
Yeah,
because Ragnar versus Jin will never not be sick as fuck.
Or just like, hey, have your two characters like be talking and then they swing swords at each other and they deflect, and it's like, all right, now let's actually get to fighting. Like, that's cool. I'm into that. But hey, whatever. Whatever. We need Ryu to say, "Come on, bring it." Every Street Fighter game ever, instead of having cool intros.
Engage.
I will say though, what is the Street Fighter game that everyone loves that is considered the best one? Third Strike. What does Third Strike have? Intros that are custom based on certain matchups. Just saying, they're good.
Yeah, they need to be a normal thing.
Oh yeah.
And we're really hoping they add them into Strive. Right now, Strive doesn't have them, obviously, because it's a beta.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they get added in because Exard had like 5.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun. I'd be really into that. And I think like Strive doesn't have a lot of characters right now, or they do have a decent amount of characters right now, but like, I don't know. I can't think of many things besides Soul and Kai having an intro together.
Yeah, it was like Soul, Kai, Sin.
Yeah.
I want to say Ragna.
Ragna?
Sin and Soul, I think.
Yeah.
It's like very, very choice ones, and that was the bummer.
Yeah. Whatever. We'll see.
Yeah, I think we're getting close to nearing 2 hours for this one.
Yeah, I'm kind of done with my stuff on Fighterz too. I don't got too much more. Troy, you got anything?
Those are my brief takes.
Okay.
My character development on the game.
Mm-hmm.
The most important part. And that's kind of my stuff too, so I think we're good
Yeah.
for today. Thanks for listening to us talk about Dragon Ball and the PlayStation and stuff.
Yeah.
This has been Troy.
Play Killer Instinct. Goodbye.
Austin.
Play Killer Instinct and play Power Rangers or Fighters. Just play video games. Video games are fun.
And then me, which you should just play what you want.
Yeah.
And yeah, join us next time. We'll talk about whatever, because I don't plan these super far ahead. I plan like a day in advance. Don't worry about it. Goodbye.
Like a rose.